Good evening and welcome to another edition of Elizabeth Burnt, This and That.
Well, welcome back everybody. I'm going to be speaking on the movie Dazed and Confused. This movie is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. For the longest time, I'd been listening to the soundtrack and not really knowing what events correlated to that soundtrack. But it's a movie that takes place in the 70s, and you've got a group of just everyday people, high school students mostly, who really don't know what they're going to do with their lives. It's just sort of an in-between kind of limerence period for all of the characters involved. And one of my absolute favorite characters is in this movie. His name's Slater, and he has some of the most memorable one-liners ever in any movie, in my opinion. He talks about the dollar bill and what's on the dollar bill, and it's relevant even now, which is really amusing. But Matthew McConaughey, he has a role in this, and this was around the time before he became really big in cinema. But his character is the one that says, "All right, all right, all right." So I think that's what made him really memorable and recognizable before he actually got his big jump in his career. But as far as movies are concerned, if you want to look back into that period of time and just kind of the turbulence that surrounded it, and they were wondering what the 80s was going to be like. It's interesting because you get this sense of kind of anxiety from the characters when you watch it, because they don't know what to expect. It's the end of the 70s. They're going into the 80s, having no clue what's to come. And one of them says something interesting. One of them says, who knows, maybe the 80s are going to be awesome. Oh, if they only knew. But anyway, I just think it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Plus, the soundtrack is just one of the most righteous soundtracks I have ever heard. So I would recommend it just on the characters, the casting. It's just an incredible movie. 5 stars, 2 thumbs way up.
Alrighty, we're out at the grassy knoll near the railroad tracks a couple miles west of Fillmore, Indiana.
My hands are turning into popsicles.
It's getting colder out.
My hands are turning into
and,
popsicles.
Last review, Elizabeth commented on how nice the sunset was. So what I'm going to do is try and pan around here.
That is if you can get it.
Well, I'm standing up now, so I was kind of trapped by where I was sitting. Now I can get up and walk around.
There we go.
This is the sunset Elizabeth is talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And I can
it's a little bit less than what it was, but
nice color in the sky.
It's beautiful.
Got a little bit of forest in the way. Otherwise, I'd pull out the camera and get a picture. Colors are beautiful. Colors. But we're at the grassy knoll, hoping to get maybe a video or two of trains coming through. This is on the CSX Railroad, Maine. And it turned out to be a fairly nice day today. Felt warm earlier, but it's really feeling cold now. We'll bring Elizabeth back in the frame. So, what's next?
What's next is going to be a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
All right.
Which you haven't seen.
And we will try to, well, maybe I saw it when I was a little kid.
Yeah, you probably remember it.
So, that's the next review, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.